In this report, I'll share the top 10 cheap, easy places to retire overseas in 2025. I will not share any country with you unless I've personally had my feet on the ground there. I've lived in 73 countries over the last 17 years. May I humbly suggest that having my feet on the ground is pivotal to picking the top 10 places I share with you today? Online research is helpful data and is appreciated, but when you consider the profound nuances of safety and quality of life, you should also consider thoughts of someone who's had their feet on the ground in all of the places they're comparing. And I'll show you video I took in every place I'm talking about. After my top 10 cheap, easy places overseas, I'll share how to find the cheapest health insurance in any country in the world and how much emergency savings is necessary overseas. These top 10 countries are ranked in reverse order with number 10 first and my number 1 favorite last. Okay, number 10, Peru. Peru is often referred to as the Egypt of South America. Most people only visit Machu Picchu in Peru, but that is just skimming the surface. From the beaches of Mancora in the north to the gorgeous university town of Arequipa in the south, Peru is one of the most culturally rich and beautiful countries in the world, with archaeological ruins that would make Egypt red with envy. Even better, the Peruvian people are delightful, and Peruvian food is arguably the most delicious food in the Americas. If you have a retirement pension or Social Security of about $1,000 per month, there's a good chance you'll be able to obtain a retirement visa in Peru. My favorite city in Peru is a university town called Arequipa, but I also enjoy the quaint town of Cajamarca in the north and the beach town of Mancora in the north. But if you are also interested in the ancient ruins of the original people of Peru, make sure to watch the 54 YouTube videos we made traveling all over Peru. A Google search today said the average salary for locals in Peru is about $500 to $800 per month. For that reason, an experienced bargain hunting single expat that is willing to live a local lifestyle might be able to live here for as little as $1,000 per month. But that will not be achievable for most people. More typical middle-range expats in Peru will need more like $1,500 to $2,500 per month. But they should also have significant savings in case of emergencies. I will discuss healthcare insurance at the end of this video, but Peru's healthcare ranks pretty well internationally at 53rd in the world, according to this Best Healthcare Systems in the World report, link provided. Okay, number 9, Latvia. Riga is the capital of Latvia and is one of the most strikingly well-preserved and walkable UNESCO World Heritage Sites in all of Europe. The city has been meticulous in keeping the architecture in its original state, and it feels like you are walking into an ancient but sophisticated city of the 16th century. Riga has spared no expense in keeping the parks in pristine condition with ancient and modern statues, green rolling hills, and a quiet creek running through town where you can have picnics or rent paddle boats to see the beautiful city from the water. Visa agents report that the Latvian government provides retirement residency for seniors in 5-year renewal periods. An applicant must show they have reached 65 years of age and are able to finance their own retirement. One agency reports a minimum retirement pension of 1030 euros per month, which is about 1108 USD per month at today's exchange rate. Riga is somewhat unique in this area of Europe for the business lunch specials you'll find in the city center. We found ourselves eating larger lunch specials, and as a result, not being very hungry at dinner allowed us to save money in our overall restaurant food costs because we could eat smaller dinners. All of that and more is in the full report of Riga. The locals made us feel very comfortable here, many speaking English to us without even asking first. A Google search today said the minimum wage in Latvia is 700 euros per month, or about 732 US at today's exchange rates. For that reason, an experienced bargain hunting single expat who's willing to live a local lifestyle might be able to live here for as little as about 1,300 per month. But that will not be achievable for most people. More typical middle-range expats in Riga will need more like 1,600 to 2,600 per month. But they should also have significant savings in case of emergencies. I'll share how I determine my minimum emergency savings at the end of this video. Latvia's healthcare ranks pretty well internationally at 59th in the world. By the way, everything I share with you in this video is in writing, so there's no need to take notes. I'll give you a link to the text at the end. Okay, time for number 8, Cambodia. New satellite software that is able to see terrain below jungle foliage has convinced many archaeologists that Angkor Wat was the largest, most populated city in the world when it was abandoned in 1431 AD. One theory is that the sophisticated irrigation system that was feeding the large population of Angkor began to malfunction, and none of the engineers who were still alive knew how to repair the system, so the kingdom could no longer feed their citizens. Today, the Angkor Temple complex remains the largest temple complex in the world. Cambodia allows foreigners to retire here once you are 55 years of age and have sufficient funds to take care of yourself, such as a pension, Social Security, or other form of income. Last I heard, there's still no set amount of money you must show for income or deposits. The retirement visa can be renewed yearly for about $300. Cambodia has a charm you will have to experience yourself to see if it feels right for you. My favorite cities in Cambodia are Siem Reap and Kampot. A Google search today says the minimum wage in Cambodia varies by industry, but is around 500 US dollars per month. For that reason, an experienced bargain hunting single expat who's willing to live a local lifestyle might be able to live here for as little as 800 US per month, but that will not be achievable for most people. More typical middle-range expats in Cambodia will need more like 1,400 to 2,200 per month, but they should also have significant savings in case of an emergency. Cambodia's healthcare ranks pretty low internationally at 92nd in the world. So many people head over to Thailand or Malaysia for more complex healthcare procedures. Okay, number 7, Panama. Because of the economy and income generated by the Panama Canal, the country of Panama has remained one of the most protected and essential components of world trade. That has also made Panama's banking systems one of the most reliable in the world. Until the day I first toured around Panama and saw it with my own eyes, I did not realize how environmentally diverse and beautiful the country was. From the highland rainforests of Boquete, Panama, to the Caribbean islands of Bocas del Toro and San Blas, to the high-rises of Panama City, Panama. Panama is really 3 different countries of unique and significant beauty. Citizens of many countries are given a 90-day visa-free tourist upon arrival in Panama. Citizens of the US and Canada are still getting 180 days upon arrival. If you fall in love with Panama and decide to retire here, you can apply for a retirement visa if you can demonstrate an income or pension of only 1,000 US per month and 250 US for each additional dependent. According to Google, the minimum wage in Panama varies from about 400 to 900 US per month, depending upon the industry. For that reason, an experienced bargain hunting single expat who's willing to live a local lifestyle might be able to live here for as little as $1,200 per month US, but that will not be achievable for most people. More typical middle-range expats in Panama will need more like $1,500 to $2,500 per month, but they should also have significant savings in case of emergencies. Okay, Panama's healthcare ranks 57th in the world, which is pretty good compared to the US, which ranks 69th. We've been happy with the medical care we have received in Panama, and the pricing was way cheaper than the US. If you're curious how beautiful Panama really is, I suggest you watch the 18 videos we made in Panama showing you the most beautiful places. Okay, coming in number 6, Ecuador. We were worried about how hot Ecuador would be since it's on the equator. So we were surprised to experience the most perfect weather in the world while we were there. You see, although Ecuador is on the equator, most of the cities are a mile high or more in the sky. So the temperatures remain cool year-round. If you like my free ebook about how I fired my boss and traveled the world for 17 years and how I pay for things, come to 𝗥𝗵𝗄𝗡 and grab the free ebook. Plus, they use the US dollar for currency, which means the economy is more stable than other South American countries. We took the bus south from the Colombian border, and the greenery and cool breezes blew our minds. Everywhere we went in Ecuador was gorgeous. We spent time in Otavalo and Quito, the capital, before heading south to Cuenca, Ecuador. Finally, we spent a month in the Galapagos Islands before heading south into Peru. Our favorite place in Ecuador was Cuenca. Cuenca has one of the most well-preserved colonial-era city centers in all of South America. We had dropped Ecuador from our discussions recently because there was an uprising there. But we're hearing recently from expats that things are getting back to normal. So we're talking about Ecuador again. Citizens of many countries are given a 90-day visa-free tourist stamp upon arrival in Ecuador. If you decide to retire there, you can apply for a retirement visa if you can demonstrate an income or pension of about $1,500 US per month and $250 US for each dependent. In my Google search, the minimum wage in Ecuador is about $500 per month, depending on industry. For that reason, an experienced bargain hunting single expat who's willing to live a local lifestyle might be able to live here for as little as $1,200 per month, but that will not be achievable for most people. More typical middle-range expats in Ecuador will need more like $1,500 to $2,500 per month. But they should also have significant savings in case of emergencies. Ecuador's healthcare ranks 82nd in the world, but not that much worse than the US, which ranks 69th. Or you could seek treatment in nearby Colombia, which ranks 36th in the world. I did go to the dentist in Cuenca when I was there, and she did a good job. Our YouTube playlist for the country of Ecuador has 21 videos showing you our favorite places there. The biggest con in all of South America, including Ecuador, is that the flights to neighboring countries cost 3 times as much money as you would expect given the flight distance. I think the airlines may have the politicians in their back pocket. Okay, coming in at number 5, Guatemala. Guatemala is not one you will see on everyone's list, but when you start meeting the expats that live in Antigua, Guatemala, it may surprise you. They are often people who have traveled all over the world and know quality and value when they see it. We would live in Antigua, Guatemala, and spend a few weeks per year up at Lake Atitlan, Guatemala. Antigua was the capital for all of Central America during the colonial era period. With the Spanish colonial government in Antigua, some of the most beautiful buildings and cultural traditions, both colonial and the original people, remain strong there. Daily life and important events gravitate around the Central Park in the middle of town, which is also where the original cathedral was built. The restaurants, music, and traditions include the past and the future. One of our favorite times to be in Antigua is during the Easter festival, when locals decorate the streets surrounding the Central Park with intricate carpets of colored sawdust with scenes of religious and cultural symbolism. Citizens of many countries are given a 90-day visa-free tourist stamp upon arrival. If you decide to retire here, you can apply for a retirement visa if you can demonstrate an income or pension of about $1,250 US per month. A Google search today said the minimum wage in Guatemala is about $500 per month, depending upon industry. For that reason, an experienced bargain hunting single expat who's willing to live a local lifestyle might be able to live here for as little as $1,000 per month, but that will not be achievable for most people. More typical middle-range expats in Guatemala will need more like $1,500 to $2,500 per month, but they should also have significant savings in case of emergencies. Guatemala's healthcare ranks 104th in the world, which could prove very difficult, especially in emergencies or when you need specialized care. You may need to seek treatment in nearby Costa Rica, which ranks 30th in the world. Our YouTube playlist for Guatemala has 10 videos showing you our favorite places in Guatemala. The first link in the first comment below this video is my webpage that has all the resources I discussed in this video. Okay, coming at number 4, Albania. We were touring Eastern Europe when we arrived by bus in Tirana, Albania. Upon arrival, we were immediately impressed, maybe because we were not expecting anything when we arrived, but Tirana continued to impress us during our entire stay. Tirana, Albania had beautiful walking streets, restaurants, malls, parks, nightlife, and both modern and ancient buildings. The people were friendly to us, and many people spoke English. We also loved Saranda, Albania, but Tirana felt more like home. What surprised us most was all the great Italian restaurants they have in Tirana. Some had gourmet pasta starting at around $5 or $6. Citizens of 84 countries can visit Albania as tourists, but U.S. citizens get 1-year visa for free upon entry in Albania. If you decide to retire in Albania, you can apply for a pensioner visa with proof of pension from your home country of $1,343 US per month. There's also a real estate purchase residency available with no minimum stated amount, and condos start there for around $60,000 US depending on size, quality, and location. According to Google, the average wage in Albania is about $600 US per month, which is up about 13% from a year ago. For that reason, an experienced bargain hunting single expat who's willing to live a local lifestyle might be able to live here for as little as $1,000 per month, but that will not be achievable for most people. More typical middle-range expats in Albania will need more like $1,400 to $2,400 per month. Albania's healthcare ranks 66th in the world, which is not bad considering the USA is ranked 69th. Our YouTube playlist for Albania has 4 videos showing you our favorite places in Albania. Okay, time for number 3, the Philippines. I first came to the Philippines in 2009. Once you get the Philippines in your head, you'll have a tough time finding anything more beautiful, whether the underwater world, a snorkeler's heaven, the remote white sand beach islands, the waterfalls, and the smiles on the faces of many of the kindest people in the world. The Philippines have something for everyone, whether a surfing paradise like Siargao, a white sand beach playground for the rich and famous like Boracay, the cool mountain highlands with rolling farmlands of Baguio, expat meccas such as Dumaguete or Cebu, first-class cities like BGC or Metro Manila, or the provinces where foreigners brag about living costs starting around $500 per month on up. Citizens of many countries are given a 30-day visa tourist stamp upon arrival in the Philippines, but many people report receiving multiple consecutive 30-day visa extensions, some for as many as 36 consecutive months of extensions. But eventually, whether in a few months or 36 months, you'll need to do a visa run to another country, but there is no guarantee how long that will last, so some people decide to get a retirement visa. You can apply for a retirement visa if you are 50 or more years of age and can make a $10,000 deposit and show $800 a month in Social Security or pension. Or for 35 and up, you can make a $20,000 deposit in a Philippines bank. In a Google search, the average salary in the Philippines is $800 per month, which varies greatly depending on the industry, age, and experience. For that reason, an experienced bargain hunting single expat who's willing to live a local lifestyle might be able to live here for as little as $1,200 per month in a medium-sized city and as little as $800 per month in the provinces. But that will not be achievable for most people. More typical middle-range expats in the Philippines will need more like $1,500 to $2,500 per month. The Philippines healthcare ranks 96th in the world, which could cause you some troubles in emergency situations or when you need specialized care. In some cases, you may need to seek treatment in nearby Thailand or Malaysia, which ranks 31st and 42nd in the world, respectively. On our YouTube playlist for the Philippines, we have 143 videos showing you our favorite 21 places to retire in the Philippines. Okay, coming in at number 2, Vietnam. Vietnam is the new kid in town for me. I've only been exploring Vietnam for about 8 years. The thing that I love so much about it is the feeling of authenticity. When I go to the Philippines, Thailand, or Mexico, it feels like they have adapted their behavior to please me, which is fine. But tourism is relatively new in Vietnam, so it feels more like I am getting to see the Vietnamese culture in its natural state. They're just living their normal lives, so I'm witnessing a more authentic cultural experience. Every city in Vietnam is fascinatingly different. Hue has ancient burial grounds of former leaders. Hanoi has amazing nightlife and beautiful temples in the Central Lake area. Da Nang is a great beach town with an expat Mecca neighborhood with Western foods. Hoi An has one of the most beautiful UNESCO heritage sites with ancient Chinese temples. Ho Chi Minh has the crazy sexualized nightlife and big malls you will see in other parts of Southeast Asia. Citizens of many countries apply online for a 90-day tourist visa for about $35. If you decide to retire there, most people just do visa runs by leaving the country every 90 days and applying for a new 90-day visa. Some people who have never been to Vietnam say it's not worth doing visa runs every 90 days. But the thousands of expats you will meet all around Vietnam will happily explain to you why life in Vietnam is worth doing visa runs. I'm a slow traveler, and I rarely spend more than 90 days in one place anyway, so it is no sweat off my brow. In fact, it would give me an excuse to visit new cities all over Southeast Asia every 90 days during my visa runs. Other people find workarounds with visa agents so they don't have to do visa runs anymore, but I rather fly to a new city in Southeast Asia every 90 days to spend a week or two. Google says the minimum wage in Vietnam is around $200 per month, and the average salary is more like $700 per month. For that reason, an experienced bargain hunting single expat who's willing to live a local lifestyle might be able to live here for as little as $1,000 per month, but that will not be achievable for most people. More typical middle-range expats in Vietnam will need more like $1,300 to $2,300 per month. They should also have significant savings. Vietnam's healthcare ranks 44th in the world, which is amazing given what it costs. I interviewed one guy who had stage 3 cancer treatment in Da Nang for about 80 to 90% cheaper than it would have cost him in the US. Our YouTube playlist for Vietnam has 89 videos showing you our favorite places in Vietnam. Okay, now it's time to share my number 1 cheap, easy country. After that, I'll share two important things. Number one, how to find the cheapest health insurance in any country in the world. And number two, how much emergency savings is necessary overseas. My number one, cheap, easy, Thailand. I've been going to Thailand for 19 years. I fell in love with it immediately. In my humble opinion, there's no place in the world like Thailand. I first fell in love with Phuket and Bangkok. Now my favorite is Koh Samui, but I also love Chiang Mai, Jomtien, Koh Phangan, and Krabi. I have 13 ebooks of all of my favorite places in Thailand, and I have 72 YouTube videos showing you all of my favorite places in Thailand. There is a Thailand for expats who want to live like they did in their home country with the cars, the houses, the foods from their home country. Then there's a Thailand for people like me that like to live more like locals, eat more local, and use local transportation. Google reports the average salary in Thailand is $500 per month. For that reason, an experienced bargain hunting single expat who's willing to live a local lifestyle might be able to live here for as little as $1,200 US per month. But that will not be achievable for most people. More typical middle-range expats in Thailand will need more like $1,600 to $2,600 per month. They should also have significant savings. Citizens of many countries are now given a 60-day visa-free stamp upon arrival in Thailand. If you decide to retire here, if you are age 50 or more, you can apply for a retirement visa in one of two ways. Either demonstrate an income or pension of about $2,000 US per month, or put $26,000 US in a Thai bank. Here is a Thai Visa Facebook group that can help answer all your questions about the Thai visa. Thailand's healthcare ranks 31st in the world, which is excellent. Okay, cheapest health insurance in any country. The cheapest health insurance in almost any country in the world is the local health insurance. And there are multiple insurance providers in every country. So you need to get local quotes from multiple local companies. The easiest way to do that is to find the Facebook group where all the expats communicate in your target overseas country. To find that Facebook group, use terms on Facebook such as expats in Thailand or whatever country you're interested in. Then join the multiple Facebook groups for that country and leave a message like this. Can one or two of you please share your health insurance agent's contact information? I need to get healthcare insurance estimates. If you will be slow traveling for a few years, consider getting international coverage. That link is in the notes below this video. It's not an affiliate link. Okay, how much emergency savings is necessary? Do not retire overseas without having emergency savings. In my How to Retire Overseas course, I share everything I've learned living overseas for 17 years. As I share in my courses and reports, most problems you will encounter living overseas can be handled with much less money than you would need in your home country. But it's better to avoid all those expat mistakes in the first place so you get to keep your emergency savings. Deciding your personal minimum emergency savings can be challenging if you've never lived overseas before. So I go over how I set my minimum emergency savings in detail in another video. Watch that video now. It's in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. The first link in the first comment below this video is my webpage, which has links to all the resources I discuss in this video.